Hey, good evening and welcome. My name is Sandra. My channel is called Sussex Sandra and welcome. How are we all doing? Are we all doing all right? Yeah, things are looking good. It's a bright, lovely, sort of late afternoon, early evening here in the UK. It's about 4:30, the sun is out, the sky is blue, things are looking good. And it's also bank holiday weekend, so yay. So I have sort of started a sort of mini series of decluttering my sort of makeup collection, and how I've decided to do this is to do it by brands initially, just to go through my various brands and then sort of go through the collection of products I've got within the brands and try to be as ruthless as I can and throw away products that I know I am not going to be using anymore. So far I have done Laura Geller and I have done Colourpop. I just did a post sort of about an hour ago asking which one of these three brands do you think you would like me to do. So the three brands I offered up were IT Cosmetics, Fenty Beauty and Tarte Cosmetics. And I think 5 people commented and 3 of them sort of said Tarte Cosmetics. So I thought, right, okay, let me go ahead and do that. I wasn't going to wait around much longer because I wanted to sort of capture as much of the bright daylight as I possibly could to do this video. So here I am. I'm going to be doing Tarte Cosmetics, and I've got quite a lot of stuff. Tarte Cosmetics, let me show you the bag. I've got a lot of stuff in this bag here. It's not even, oh God, so stuff dropping on the floor here. Right, so, right, excuse me. So Tarte Cosmetics is one of the first proper brands that I got into. When we're talking about sort of more higher end rather than sort of cheaper drugstore high street chemist kind of products. So Tarte Cosmetics is one of the first brands I really got into, and again it was QVC UK that really got me into the collection, into Tarte Cosmetics in the first place. I think QVC UK were actually the first supplier of Tarte Cosmetics before they sort of had their website where you could buy things from Tarte direct and get it delivered to the UK. But before that it used to be just QVC. So they used to do lots of little collections, and the collections would, well, most commonly they would have a foundation in the collection. The shades weren't always brilliant. They would normally have sort of like 2 or 3 shades for fair, light, medium, 3, 4, 5 shades, and it'd probably have like 1 tan shade and 1 dark shade, and that dark shade would have to cover everybody. So Tarte aren't known, well now they're not so bad, but originally they weren't so great when it comes to launching shades for darker skinned people. A few years ago, oh, it's not even that long ago, it's probably about 4 years ago maybe, there is a very famous viral video that came out when Tarte launched their Shape Tape foundation. Everybody was really excited about that foundation because there was a Shape Tape concealer which was brilliant, especially when everybody was doing full face, you know, full coverage foundation. So the Shape Tape concealer was like the concealer that kind of changed the game for concealers everywhere. Lots of different shades. It was a really good concealer at the time, especially as everybody was now using it not just to cover up sort of uneven patches or sort of darker spots on your skin. They were now using it to sort of, you know, highlight and shade and brighten under their eyes in particular, so like doing all the highlights or down your nose, under your eyes, all that sort of thing. So the Shape Tape concealer was really big. So the Shape Tape foundation, people were really excited about it, but the shade launch, ooh, the shade range was not great. So the viral video featured Jackie Aina, who was one of my most favourite YouTubers. She doesn't really do that many YouTube videos now. She's sort of more into her own brand, doing her own thing. But she was my favourite when it came to black women YouTubers because, you know, relatable, because number one, she was dark skinned and she knew her stuff when it came to makeup, absolutely knew her stuff. She was one of the big ones at the time. So there's Jackie Aina, and then there was Elisa Ashley, who 2 of them were very good friends, really, really good friends. Alicia actually doesn't so much do makeup videos now. She's very on the whole fitness journey, and she's just really into fitness now. The woman, she's a beast when it comes to exercise. She's done really, really well, but she's also a beast when it comes to doing makeup. She's really, really good, but her focus now is more makeup. It's mainly because the beauty community, when it comes to YouTube, it's not favourable towards black women. They just don't promote black women the same way as they do everybody else. So the beauty community tends to focus on are white women and white straight men and white gay men. And those are the two groups that tend to get the focus when it comes to beauty, because obviously black women can't be beautiful. You know, if we're doing stuff on hair, oh, no problems, they'll promote our videos on hair. But when it comes to makeup and beauty, no, we're not going to get that sort of promotion. But let me not go off on that tangent. So yeah, so those two did a video, and they literally ripped apart Tarte when it came to the shade range. And we didn't have to do anything. They just literally, if I can find it, I'll try and put a clip of it. But I don't know if I'll be able to find it and not get copyrighted. But if I can, I'll put a clip of it. But they literally just go through all the shades, where there was like 30 odd shades for fair, light, medium skin tones, and then there was like 4 shades for sort of dark to deep. It was embarrassing. It was absolutely embarrassing. And what was even worse was Tarte's response to that was like, oh, well, we're just starting out. We just want to see how popular the shade range is going to, the product is going to be. Where have we heard that before? Especially in recent times, Euphoria, but we won't go into them right now. And we also recognise, because I think the launch came out sort of like early winter, so it was either late winter, early, sort of that December, November to sort of February kind of mark. And it was saying, we realise that people, as the sun comes out, they will get darker. So we will come out with the darker shades later. Hello? Yes, we can catch the sun, so we might get maybe a shade darker, but we don't tan like that. We mahoganyse, and we just get a richer colour of what we already are. When people talk about coloured, we're not the people who are coloured. We are that one colour, that's it. The people who are coloured tend to be white people, because they're the ones who will go red when they're angry, green when they're envy, yellow when they're sick, blue when they're cold, white when they're frightened. They're just the same colour the whole way through. So we're not coloured, and we don't get darker when the sun comes out. So anyway, so Tarte got absolutely slaughtered when it came to that shade range. So it was very, very, very off-putting for Tarte to do that, especially when they had, as far as I was concerned, they had a couple of really standout products. And to me, their standout products at the time was a Shape Tape concealer and the mascara, what was it called? Lights Action Camera, something like that mascara. It came in a purple tube, and that was like my first introduction to a really, really good mascara as well. And that was one of my favourite products. That Tarte mascara for me, actually I've got one here, was one of my favourite products, and this is the one I'm actually using at the moment. So I've got lots of mascaras, and I just open them up as I hit 3 months, I open up a new one. So I've just started on this one now. So but yeah, it wasn't great, but it so happens that I do have a lot of Tarte products here. So I've just rambled on a lot about sort of Tarte and my relationship and what my understanding of Tarte as a company are. They're a big company. You can buy their products here in the UK. And I think Sephora UK also sells Tarte as well. Don't quote me on that, but I think they do. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to do a declutter. I have got a lot of stuff here, and I'm pretty certain a lot of the stuff here is really old, and I'm hoping that I am going to be brave enough to throw some things away. But I know there are some things I am not going to throw away, I will be keeping. And I'm going to try and apply products as I go along as well. So I haven't really gone through this bag yet, so I'm going to have a look and see if I can find, first of all, a primer. Don't know if I've got one, but as I'm taking stuff out, I'm seeing 3, 4 eyeshadow palettes, so I'll show you those. I've got a face powder, 2 mascaras, lip product here, shape tape, which is good. I'm pretty certain I got that in my American Beauty box, so Ipsy or BoxyCharm. This is another recent launch from Tarte, so I'll go through that as well. But what I'm looking for is a primer. Is this a primer? Primer. There's a primer. Is there any more? I don't think there's any more. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? What's this? There's a few lipsticks here, so I'm just going to take those all out. A couple of foundations. Okay, a couple of mascaras, 3 mascaras. Right, okay. Right, got a few things going on here. Good. So let's start with this primer. I'm not throwing this away. So this, oh, okay, I can see why I haven't been using it, but I think these days I am going to start getting more into this type of primer. So this is from the Tarte C. So Tarte have got this range. I don't know if they still do, because I haven't really looked at the Tarte website in quite a while. But they did have a range called C. It's supposed to be like hydrating products. So they had moisturizers, primers, stuff like that. So let's have a look at this. This looks like I haven't even touched it. It looks brand new. I don't remember opening this. So this is Tarte Quench Hydrating Primer. I don't think I've used this. I'm not going to throw it away, but I am going to use it. So let me put some of this on. I'm not going anywhere now. I've done all my, yeah, brand new. Haven't touched it. Right, so I'm going to put some of this on. Okay, it's nice. It's like a bluey colour. Hope you can see that. It's got a slight fragrance, a kind of freshish kind of fragrance. I've just seen a hair growing out of my chin. I should have sort of epilated my chin, and it's grey. Just that one hair, just there. Yikes. Okay, so that feels nice. It's very cool as well, and it definitely feels like it's moisturising. So that's actually not a bad thing, especially for now, because my skin is oily. And one of the things I was told, or not told, I read somewhere that skin that tends to overproduce sebum oil is because it's dehydrated. So adding moisture is actually a good thing, whereas I've kind of been running away from moisture. So adding moisture in my base products is probably not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So let's put that on, and it's actually absorbing quite quickly and just a little bit tacky, which is good. Which is good. Okay, I haven't got a colour corrector, but I have got concealers. So I've got a couple of concealers here. I'm not sure what this is. What is this? This is, oh, this is a foundation stick. Interesting. So concealer wise, I have got this, which is rather dark. I think I've got this in a beauty box, and again I'm going to say it was something like maybe possibly BoxyCharm, and it was BoxyCharm. Doesn't look like it's been touched either. It's in shade 59 in Rich Neutral. It looks like it's my shade actually. I mean, it's neutral, but it looks like it's near enough my shade. Just a little bit dark, but it is my shade. So if I want to just cover up a couple of things and not want to put on foundation, I could use this. I could definitely use this. So, okay. I didn't dampen a sponge, which is very silly of me. Should have dampened the sponge. Right, let's use this. It's not the same as wetting the sponge completely, because it doesn't get completely wet and get bigger, but it dampens the sponge, so that's enough. Yeah, so I could literally use that just to, if I wanted to just cover up parts of my skin, I could. What have I just done with it? Yeah, so if I wanted just to cover up just some of the blemishes and not put on a full face, this is the kind of thing I could probably do. Yeah, I could do that. I've got my ring light on. I don't know if that's actually giving a good reflection of my skin right now. Let me bring you in a bit closer. Okay, so I'm going to keep this because I could use that just to, if I wanted to just cover up some blemishes and stuff, I could use that, especially if I don't want to put on a full face. Right, when it comes to base products, I've got a few things here, so let me show you. So I've got this thing here, I don't know what this is at all. So this says, it's a Tarte, oh, it's a colour corrector, it's a coloured clay CC primer. Oh, interesting. I don't remember this at all. Oh, look at that. Interesting. And notice it's got green in there. Green is suitable for people with white skin tones to cover up red. So what colours I would need sort of a deep peach or peachy colours for the colour correcting on my skin tone. But it's supposed to be like a colour corrector. Let's see if it does anything. Not gonna keep it. I don't know how old that is. It just seems like a really old school product before they had a better understanding of how to use colour correctors. Did that make a difference? I'm going to put it around my eyes, see if it makes any difference around my eyes. How does that look? Does that do anything? I think it actually does. I think it does. I think it did something. Okay, I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm gonna put that to the side. So far I've put the primer in my little Tarte bag. That's the other thing with QVC. When they used to do collections, you used to always get a nice little bag to put your stuff in. So yeah, I'm gonna put that to the side because I'm not sure. But I think that actually kind of did something. And it wasn't too bad. Okay, then I've also got here 4 products that I can use as foundation. So this is a Tarte Clay Stick foundation. This is what it looks like. And I don't know what colour this is. The colour here is Deep Honey. I think Deep Honey used to be the darkest shade that Tarte used to do on QVC. Yeah, so that was the darkest colour they used to do, I remember. So if I put that on here, so just so you can see, yeah, that was the darkest colour they used to do. Yeah, so I won't be keeping that. I'll just... But at the same time, because I definitely think that I have got darker, my skin has got darker as I've got older, because I used to wear this shade. So maybe, I don't know, I was delulu and I thought, well, I could get away with it. Don't know. Maybe if I put it down here, I probably thought it could work for me. So let me put it down here on my chest. Yeah, even on my chest it's too red. No, this colour's definitely never worked for me. But yeah, this is the colour I used to wear. So that's the first product I'm going to throw away. I'm going to be using that. So that's the first base. Then there's a couple of others here. I kind of know what I am going to wear. This is another one. This is an Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. And it's broad spectrum SPF 15 in shade, I don't know. I don't know what shade it is. It doesn't say anywhere I can see. But that's the shade inside there. I mean, shade looks good. Oh, the colour is Rich Honey. So I think Rich Honey was the shade that eventually QVC UK introduced as the darkest shade. So the shade there is Rich Honey. Let's just do a little swatch of this colour. I'm just going to shake it up a bit first. See if that makes any difference. See, that's the colour I could wear actually. That is a colour I could wear. Let me... See, that's the colour I could wear. But I am not going to keep it though, because I don't think Rich Honey is my colour anymore. But I'm going to put it to the side because this is one of those where I'm not sure. Let's get some wipes. Okay, so there's that. Then I've also got this, and I think this is one I'm pretty certain I got this in an American Beauty box as well, because I don't actually remember buying it. Or I think I picked this one up in, I mean, we've just had one. Tarte do this thing twice a year where you can buy 7 items for a set price. So the recent one they did was you could get 7 Tarte items, full-size items for £75, and that includes one of the items being a bag to put the items in. So this is one I definitely purchased back in the day when I did it. And I think the last time I did one of those things, I think it wasn't £75. I think it was possibly maybe 60 something pounds I paid. And before that, because I've done it twice, and the first time I did it, it was something like £49, £50. Such good value. Seven Tarte items for like £45, £50 was brilliant. Second time I did it, it was sort of 50 odd, maybe early £60, and I was like, okay, did it then. But this time when I saw it was 7 items for £75, I thought, right now, okay, you're going too far now. So I didn't do it. But I did like this foundation. So it's Tarte's Double GT foundation. Again, it was a full coverage foundation, and this was in shade... this is Rich Honey again. This is Rich Honey again. And the style was very much in the style of the Tarte Shape Tape. So yeah, you can see that shade there. It's a bit red, but it's a bit red. So I'm not going to keep that. I'm not going to keep this. Yeah, definitely not keeping that. So this is the second item I am discarding. I refuse to wear red undertoned makeup anymore. There is no need for that now. There are plenty of brands now that are providing the neutral undertones that I need. So I don't have to go for the red anymore. Right, the foundation I am going to put on today is this one. This was the most recent one which I picked up, and I think this came in a, either in one of those 7-piece collections, or it came in a Ipsy box. And I've got a feeling it came in an Ipsy box, or it could have been BoxyCharm, but I've got a feeling this is where it came from. And this is the shade Rich Neutral. So notice the difference there, and it's shade 58N Rich Neutral. This is my shade. But before I put this on, I think this is a product I received in the last year or so, Ipsy box. So it might have been Ipsy, what they used to call it? Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, which is the second level. This came in one of those. And I'm still not quite sure how to use it. So it's called Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. Not quite sure what you're supposed to do with it. I didn't know if it's supposed to be like a highlighter or what. But I think I remember someone saying you put it on underneath your makeup, I think. So I am going to put this on, but I'm not sure how to use it, to be honest. I'm just being honest. The colour is, it's very red. Oh dear. I don't know what it does. So I am just gonna, I don't know, I really don't know what this does. So I'm just gonna put it on like that and hope for the best. If I can't figure out what to do with it. And then underneath it's got a little sponge thing, so you can sort of, should I use it? I'll use this. Okay, well, that's no good. That's my first thing that's dropped today. I always drop something in every video. This is the first thing I've dropped. Okay, we're going to give up on using that because it keeps on dropping out. Alright, let's... So I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. Is it supposed to help with the sort of no makeup look? Has it done anything? I don't know. Has it done anything, guys? I think it's kind of brightened, maybe, a little bit under my eyes. Yeah, I think it may have brightened a little bit under my eyes. So I could actually see this working quite well with this thing. If I want to do a no makeup look, possibly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But yes, so that's that. I'm going to put this in the not sure pile as well. So I've got 3 things in the not sure pile, which is this, and the rich honey. I'm going to throw this one away actually. I think I'm going to throw this away because I think it's too red. I'm going to throw that away. Right, so these are 2 so far in the not sure pile. Right, let's put this foundation on because I know this foundation works for me. It is the right shade. So it's called the Shape Tape Cloud Coverage Foundation, and I actually really liked this. I don't know if I still do, but I did like it. So I'm gonna, and it's got a pump, look at the mess. So I'm gonna put that on. It's quite moussey when it comes out, but if I remember, it was a good shade match for me. I need to wet my sponge or use a brush, so I might go and use a brush. But you can see it's definitely my colour. Right, let's use a brush. So we're using a Farrah brush here. So this is like a Farrah brush and it's called a stippling brush. So I'm just going to use that. This is stippling, when you sort of stamp like this. Yeah, this is my shade. This looks good. Right. See how that looks? So that's this side, it's got it on. I'm just going to put some on this side. Yeah, I think that looks good. That's a good coverage for me. And the shade matches pretty spot on. It's the neutralness, I love that. And it's giving me sort of a medium to full coverage. Just sort of one, I'd say one good pump's kind of covered my whole face really. So I think that looks good. So definitely keeping that. Right, what else have we got here? I have got the Shape Tape Concealer. I'm not sure if this shade is the right shade for me because this came, I'm trying to remember, this shade, I can't remember if it came in one of my collections, the sort of 7-piece collections, or if I got this from Ipsy. I literally can't remember. But it's called Shape Tape Double Duty Beauty. So let's put some of this on. Right, that concealer didn't really make much of a difference because it's only like maybe one shade lighter than the foundation, and normally with my under eye brighteners I'd go sort of 2 to 3 shades lighter, so I get that brightening effect, but it's okay. This is all good. That's all right. Okay, so I'm keeping that because I think that will work, so that's cool. And then I have got some face powder here. So this is from Tarte again, and it's this Smooth Operator. I mean, that's literally what it's called. Smooth Operator. So yeah, it's Tarte like that, and it's very white. It's very white. So I'll be pretty careful with that. I kept it, so it must be all right. It just looks really white. So I'll try and be careful with this. Okay. Okay, so that's the face powder on. So it's all looking very smooth right now. There is no brow products. I've got 3 mascaras here, and let's have a look. 3 mascaras here and a whole load of eyeshadows. So I'm just going to sort of do brows. So I'll do my brows quickly. I'll use the old Benefit brow styler here. This will be quick. Okay, that's brows. Okay, looking all right. Okay, let's have a look. So I have got 4 eyeshadow palettes here, clearly from little Tarte collections and things. So this is the first one. It's from Tarte's Pro To Go. This little palette like that. I'm assuming I've used it because I've kept it. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's just a little standard one, which is probably good for travelling if I wanted something to bring with me if I'm travelling. Very much standard sort of colours, very tart, very neutral, very, very neutral. Right, I've got 5 eyeshadow palettes, not 4, but I'll show you in a minute. So let's just do a swatch of these. Very, very, very standard shades for Tarte. So that. Okay, so those are what those shades look like on me. Very, very, very standard Tarte shades. You couldn't get any more standard than that, to be honest. I'm probably not going to keep that, but I'm not going to decide straight away. But yeah, this is classic Tarte. You got a bit of neutrals, a bit of shimmer, stuff that you can go from day to night. That's literally what Tarte is about. Day to night, and but everyday wear. Right, then we've got another one here. For that packaging, come on now, come on now. So it's Tarte. Oh, I use this. So this is like oh, what do you call these? This is like a magnetic palette, or Z palette they used to call them back in the day. And what I did, I put some Makeup Geek eyeshadows in there, which is kind of cool. None of these are Tarte shades. This is all Makeup Geek, which is kind of cool. So I've got another Makeup Geek palette here. So okay, I'll put that there. Could be adding more stuff again. Right, then we have another one here. This is definitely from a QVC collection. So this is, it's called High Performance Naturals. Yeah, so very much Tarte colours again. See those? All the neutrals. It's hardly used, isn't it? this is hardly being used. You can see that I've used my usual, so that's my classic base colour. I've used the purple down here a lot, and I seem to have used this shade. So the base colour, the purple down here, and what did I say? I've used this colour. But not many shades. It's unusual for me. I thought I would have used this a bit more, and there's nothing wrong with it either. I'm going to put this in the not sure what to do, because there's nothing wrong with these shades. These are sort of good standard everyday shades. I could do something with that. I feel a bit weird throwing that out, because Tarte eyeshadows are really decent quality. They're pigmented, they go on easily. I'm not that keen on throwing that away. Right, this is the very first makeup eyeshadow palette I ever bought. Now what I'm trying to remember, and I think this is a replacement, because the original one which I got from QVC, I think I discarded that. Pretty certain I discarded it because I hit pan on many colours, and BoxyCharm had this. This is before BoxyCharm's demise. They had the palette and I decided to get a new one. I'm pretty certain this is the newer version, same palette, just newer. I decided to get that and throw my old one away. Oh no, tell a lie, this is the original. I take it all back. This is my original. So what did I do with the new one? I'm trying to work out, what did I do with the new one? Did I give it away? I might have given the new one away. If I did that, I'm crazy. This is my original. Look at the state there. You can see, so you can see the shades. I mean, I killed that one to bits. Gone. Wow. And you know what, it's still got some of that original Tarte fragrance. It's almost like a vanilla smell. This palette has got to be coming on near enough 10 years old. Wow. This is my original palette, and I loved this palette to death, and I still do, and I'm not throwing it away. But look at that. Well loved, well used. Wow. Okay. That sort of makes me smile. And then the other palette I've got down here, this is like the newer version. They were trying to sort of like introduce colour, so they introduced this one a few years later, a good few years later, and this is like the more colourful version of the Tarte Pro palette. So this one they called Pro Remix. Same, just a different front, same back, and then if I show you the colours, just more colourful, which I thought was fun, but I've hardly used. Okay, alright, so what am I going to use today? I'm not going anywhere, so I can have a bit of fun. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a mixture of the two, of the OG palette, of what's left, and the new palette. Wow, I can't believe how much I've used this one. Right, so I'm just going to put some eyeshadows on and I'll be back with you in a minute. So I've gone a little bit bright, but I just thought I wanted to play with some of the colours. So I did use the base colour. It's just a beautiful base colour for me, so I use that as my base colour, and that goes all over my eyes. I used a little bit of this just sort of in the crease area, and that's all I did from this palette, the OG. And then in the new palette, the newer palette, I used this in the crease. I used this colour on the lid. Oh, and in the other colour I used sort of like a deeper sort of browny grey kind of colour, just to deepen up around the edges. So I just thought, yeah, it's a bit of fun on a Sunday evening, why not? Right, okay, so moving on. I haven't got an eyeliner, So I need to put on an eyeliner, so let's do that quickly. I have got a Tarteist eyeliner, so I did get one of these in my, definitely in a Nipsey. So one end is a gel pencil and the other one is a liquid eyeliner. So there's the liquid eyeliner side. And yeah, and this is the pencil side. So I'm going to use the gel pencil bit underneath and then I'll use the liquid on top. So excuse me a sec. Keeping that, that's all good. Still nice and moist, so that's all good. And both eyeshadow palettes of the original ones, of course I'm keeping them. I find throwing eyeshadows away really difficult. Just saying, I find them really difficult. Okay, mascaras. I've got lots of mascaras going on here. This is an old one of Tarte Camera Lash, so I mean I will be throwing this away because this is really old. Don't know how long that's been around for, so that's been thrown. I haven't thrown much away, have I? Not really. Then I've got a tubing mascara. I really like this mascara. I don't know how old it is though, but I really like the Tarte tubing mascara. I like tubing mascaras altogether really. The first tubing mascara I ever tried was from Thrive Cosmetics, and I think other brands just caught onto the whole thing, but the Tarte one is very good. I actually really like it. It's, oh, this is dry. This is dry, but let me see if I can get anything out of it. No, it's dry. Okay, that's all right. We'll throw it away. But if I do get offered this again, I'll definitely pick it up. I'm more likely to buy a Benefit mascara than anything else. If I'm buying a mascara, it does tend to be Benefit, because the Benefit mascaras are just always so good. And I'm absolutely loving the Fan Fest one at the moment. Absolutely love that to pieces. Other mascaras I've got are this one. So this is Man Eater from Tarte, and I think this one gives a really full look. So let's see if I can get it out of the box. I don't know if I've used it as yet, but yeah, this is the Tarte Man Eater mascara. I think this is new. So it's that kind of plastic spiky kind of thing. It's a massive thing. Look at that, the size of that. Might be too much for my little eyes, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, I don't like these ones because I always feel like they're scratching my eyes. They just feel like they're giving my eyelids a good old scratch, which is a bit of a weird feeling. Alright, well that's one coat. Bring you in. I don't know if you can see. So that's one coat. It's not bad. This is nothing on that eye. I'm going to go in with the second coat. Right, that's two coats on that eye. Looks okay, looks alright, but I just want to compare it to the Lights Camera Actions. This is one I've just started to use. So this is, to me, the OG Tarte mascara. And this is the head. I prefer this head. But we will see. Right, so that's one coat of the Lights Camera Action. Very similar to the Man Eater actually, isn't it? Let me go in and do a second coat.
And you know, they come back to Idaho and Chad's just living it.
Right, I like both of them, to be honest, so I'm keeping both of these mascaras. You knew I was going to say that there, didn't you? Yeah, I'm keeping both. So both of those are staying. They're not going anywhere. They're in good order. So that's that. And then I have got quite a few sort of lip products, but some of these lip products look really old. I'm just going to say this. They look really old. So let's start off with these ones. These look like they probably came in a kit of some sort, like that. I just want to show them to you. So they just look like that. I don't know if I'm showing it to you properly, but that's what they look like. So let's have a look at these colours. So this colour is, oh dear, I don't know what it says. I don't know what colour that says, but if I put it up in the camera, maybe it'll focus. Is it the right way around? I think it's that way around. Anyway, so it's that colour. Okay, this looks like a me colour. Put it here. Yeah, that looks like a colour I could wear. Yep, says that. That's the first one. Then we've got this colour. Don't know what that is. It looks very pale, whatever it is. Okay. God, it's really dry. Right. That's too pale for me. I mean, I know how to make that work, but it is... I'm not going out my way to keep colours like that. So that one's going to be thrown. And then the final one, that's the colour of the lid. And that's the colour. What does that say? So I literally can't see what it says. I don't know if I've got it the right way around, so I'm just going to turn it both ways. I've clearly worn it. No, it doesn't feel as dry as the other one. Not that fond of that colour either. So these two I am going to throw away. Okay, so that's that colour. Then I've also got this, which definitely speaks to this is definitely a QVC Today's Special Value kind of colour. It's that perfect neutral colour which they say is universal and will suit all skin tones. So this looks like it's one of those with a lipstick at one end and a gloss at the other. So let's have a look. There we go. Yep, so lipstick one end, yikes. And then gloss this end. So that's the gloss, and you can probably wear that on top. Right, both of those in the trash they go. Yeah, this is bin. Okay, and then the final one is a maracuja. I do like these, and I'm trying to remember where I got this from. I've got a feeling I got this in the Nipsey collection. And the shade here is Maracuja Juicy Lipstick in Rosy Brown. Of course it is. So, right. That's what it looks like. You see that? I can make that work as well. So it's between this and this. Not much choice going on here. So, and that. This is an easy win for me, but I'm gonna try and make this one work. I'm gonna try and make this work. So I've got to do what I normally have to do when I'm not certain. Put on the old MAC chocolate just to make everything work. So let's put this on. Alright, it's MAC chocolate on. That should provide a nice base, and then let's put this on. So this feels, yeah, it's just, what's it called? Maracuja Juicy Lipstick. Yeah, it's not the lip plumping one. It is a proper lipstick, but that works. I think that works okay. Okay, so I feel like I haven't got any blush on, no bronzer on, but this is what I'm looking like at the moment. Let's bring you out a little bit. This is what I'm looking like at the moment with full MAC face on. The only thing not MAC is the brows. The brows are Benefit, but everything else is MAC. What do we think? Yeah? Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of bronzer on, all of that, and just finish this up a bit. there we go, final look. So I just used to show you what I used. So I used the Liss bronzer in colour, I think it's called Strength. Yeah, the colour's Strength, so I used that as my bronzer from Liss. And then I used a Juvia's Place one. Yeah, use that. So that's cool. Right, there we are. So I have done my Tarte declutter. Didn't throw that much away, but I will show you what I've got left. So what I have left is the 2 eyeshadow palettes, and I threw, and not sure about this one. I still don't know what to do with this one. I'm gonna throw this one away unless my sister wants it. I might give it to my sister actually, or she might want this one. Right, so these might be going away, but one of them's going to get thrown, one's going to be given to my sister. So we've got 2 eyeshadow palettes. Then I've got the face powder still. I have still got the concealer. Keeping the primer because I think the primer is nice. It felt cool and very hydrating. This is the foundation I'm keeping, which is the Tarte Shape Tape Cloud. I'm keeping this hydro concealer, even though it's quite dark, it's actually my skin colour, so this would be perfect for a no makeup day when I just want to cover up any blemishes. So I'm keeping that, and I've got the Tarteist Pro duo ended eyeliners. Keeping the Tarte Maracuja lipstick in rosy brown, and I'm keeping this one in whatever shade it is, so I'm keeping that as well. What else we got? Products I'm not sure about as well. Oh, I'm keeping this mascara because that was cool. Products I wasn't sure about was this one thing and this. What I was thinking is how these could work is, so I was thinking that these 3 could actually work quite well in a no makeup day. I do want to try it and see how it works, but I think if I just want to do a light coverage, I think these 3 products could work quite well. Mascara, do my brows, and I'll be quite happy to, if I want to do a very light look, this would work. So I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna keep this one thing, and yeah, I'm gonna keep this one thing because I think it did brighten under my eyes when I put it on. I think it did. I think that's it. So I don't know how much I threw away. I did throw away some things, not as much as I would have liked, but I did throw away some things. So no, a little pat on my back for doing that at least. I'm not very good at this decluttering malarkey, am I? I really am not. But I gave it a good go today, guys. Give us a break. And I'll let you know how I get on with these. You'll know if I kept them or I gave them away, because when I do my empties, which is coming up very soon because the bag is absolutely full down here, you'll see one of these in there. Well, you might even see both of them in there. So there you go. Right guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. The next one of these I'll be doing is what's on my list here, because I've just got boxes here. So I've got Becca, I've got IT Cosmetics, and I've got Fenty there at the moment. So those are coming up soon. Alright, which one do you want to do next? I think Fenty came up next on my little list, but I'll go back to my little questionnaire which was on Instagram to see what people are saying. And that will be the next one that I will do. Alright, take care. Have a great bank holiday weekend, or Memorial weekend if you're in the States. Enjoy yourselves. Take care. Bye.